In today's video, I'm going to give you a 3-step action plan that you can implement today to succeed with your Facebook ads. And if you don't know who I am, I'm Freddy from Turn Vertical, and we create ads that spend $100,000 or more profitably on Facebook ads. So if you're looking for your next game-changing creative, click the first link in the description and you can book a call with us, and we're going to give you a free audit for your ad account. This kind of 3-step action plan that you can implement today to succeed with your Facebook ads. Idea number one, or point number one, is that you need good numbers. And before we go into kind of the concept of what campaign setup should you use, because we're going to go over that in today's video, and how you can go about getting good ads and all that kind of stuff, it's super crucial to understand that you need to have good numbers if you want to succeed with your Facebook ads. And by good numbers, I mainly have like 2 numbers which probably kind of determine whether you can be successful with your Facebook ads or not. And by successful, I mean scaling up past $1,000 a day. If you don't have these numbers, you can still succeed, but it's going to be a lot harder, and you need to have way better in-platform numbers and all that kind of stuff. Because before we go into those 2 numbers, just real quick, if we talk about Facebook ads and succeeding with Facebook ads, it's not getting a 10x ROAS at like $100 per day spent. We're going to talk about getting like a 2x ROAS in platform, spending anywhere from like 1,000 per day to like 10,000 per day. Like that's the numbers that we're looking for. If we get a 2x ROAS at like spending 10k a day, we are very successful with the Facebook ads. And usually these numbers tend to be even lower than that. And that's why it's so crucial to have good numbers. So the 2 numbers that basically are on top of our mind if I talk about the success, or if you talk about succeeding with your Facebook ads, is first of all your margins. Like your gross margin should be around 70%. Basically the price that you're selling a product for minus like shipping and minus cost of goods should be around 70%. Obviously not with obviously ad spend and that kind of stuff is not included, but basically if you sell a product, you should have around a 70% profit margin. That's what I'm talking about, without any variable costs and that kind of stuff. Just the fixed costs basically that you have for your product, right? And that's the first thing. And if you're at like 60%, you're probably also fine. But if you go to sub 50% profit margin, it's going to be really, really hard for you to succeed with your Facebook ads. Simply because you can't scale up. Obviously the more that you scale up, the lower your ROAS is going to be, simply because there are less people. You obviously have more volume, and Facebook can't get the easy people. Going to talk about Facebook ads in just a couple of minutes. But I really want to talk about contribution margin, or profit margin in general, gross margin. Contribution margin might be a bit too specific for some of you, so I'm gonna keep it at gross margin. You really need to have good gross margins if you want to succeed with your Facebook ads. And then the second thing is AOV. I would say the gross margin part is way more important. If you talk about AOV, I would say a good AOV to have is anywhere from 50 plus. Even better would be 70 plus. Obviously paired with a great margins, right? If you're sub 50, it's still possible to succeed. I know a couple of brands that are great at Facebook ads or TikTok ads, and they have less than a $50 AOV. But if you are sub $50 AOV, I would really try to focus on building bundles, or buy 2 get 1 50% off, something like a great offer, which kind of helps you improve or increase that AOV. Because if you have great margins and a great AOV, things get so much more easier. You can be way more relaxed when you're spending the money on Facebook ads, because you don't need every cent to be super efficient, right? You can maybe have a couple of days where you don't get any sales at the beginning, and you're still fine, because the next day you're gonna get 10 sales and you'll break even again, all that kind of stuff. So it is important to understand that those numbers are obviously not set in stone. If you for example don't have 70% margins, it's all good, but it makes things a whole lot easier. So then we talked about numbers now, and I think the second thing is Facebook ads. Keep it simple. If you have access to Advantage Plus, there's really only 2 types of campaigns that you need to run. Like, it's so simple. There's one campaign, it should be a scaling campaign. If you have Advantage Plus, use it. If you don't have Advantage Plus, there's even like one campaign setup that I want you to run. But if you have Advantage Plus, great, run it and use that as your scaling campaign. And you just have one like ad set in there, just like the standard Advantage Plus shopping campaign setup. It's as simple as that. You don't need anything else for your campaign setup and ad set setup. If you don't have Advantage Plus yet, they are, and I'm going to talk about testing in just a second. If you don't have Advantage Plus shopping campaign yet, there's like one campaign setup. Just create one campaign, CBO, and have 2 ad sets in there. And one is broad, and one is broad with the dynamic creative turned on. Because you're going to combine testing and scaling in one single campaign. What I want you to do is, when it comes to testing, test it broad, like use no audience targeting. I think, I do have a separate video about targeting if you want to go into the more specifics and find out why audience targeting is not good anymore. But to keep it super simple, test at broad, like no targeting whatsoever. And then for each test that you are going to make, you're going to launch 3 new creatives, because that's the main driver behind your success. And I'm going to talk about creatives in kind of chapter 3 of this video. But, just create an ad set, dynamic, creative, turned on, no targeting, and then you're going to launch 3 new creatives per test that you're going to make. So let's say you have a new image that you want to test. I highly suggest you create 3 versions of this video, of this image. Could be different text, could be different colors. I don't care. Do 3 different types of each. If you have a video, like try 3 different start points of the video. Also called the hook. 3 different hooks. But always have like 3 variations of a creative. Then you're going to launch that and have like a super basic ad copy and super basic headline, because like 80% of the success from your Facebook ads will come from your creative. So your headline and ad copy, yes, they do make some difference, but especially if you're starting out, forget about testing them. If you are selling like skincare that's, like plastic free, your headline can be as simple as plastic free skincare. Like, you don't need anything else in my opinion, because it's not a main like leverage point. Like, if you have a great headline, it doesn't make a whole lot of difference if your creative is shit. And the ad copy could be, try our plastic free skincare today for a softer skin. Boom. It's as simple as that. Like, people don't really care about ad copy anyways. You can probably leave it empty. Could be also a thing, leave ad copy empty. So forget headline, forget ad copy, focus on creatives. 3 creatives per ad set. At the start, you probably want to test video versus image, So I have 3 different images and 3 different videos, and 2 separate ad sets, and test that. It's as simple as that. You budget, the more the better, obviously, but if you have a low budget, it doesn't matter. Just, do those tests, test stuff against each other and let it run. That's the most important part that I can tell you about testing. Even yes, more budget, you're gonna get results faster, so with less budget, you have to keep your tests running. Like, spend at the very least, especially if you don't have any data yet, you're just starting out, spend at the very least, 5x your AOV. That's a good benchmark. I don't want to go too deep into numbers, but 5x your AOV should be a good number to run tests for. And that's when suddenly your daily budget doesn't matter. Yes, more daily budget is always good, because for more stability and faster decision making. But if you don't have the budget, just let it run 5x AOV. If it runs 10 days, good. If it runs 20 days, I don't care. Just let it run till at least 5x AOV. And then point number 3, creatives. Basically, the creative is what makes you succeed with your Facebook ads, or what makes you kind of want to turn off your Facebook ads. So you have to put a real emphasis, especially if you're tight on budget. You have to think about a lot. You have to think about the creative a lot. Like, you have to make a fucking great creative. If you're tight on budget, you have to think about it even more. And you need a great creative to succeed with your Facebook ads. So, how do you get a great Facebook creative? There's the simplest path to success. If you're literally just starting out, if you're currently learning, if you're sitting in with like spending 500 to 1,000 per day, if you're like above 1,000, you probably don't know what to do with your creative tests. But if you are just starting out, go to your competitors. Go into the ads library. Like, you can look up the ads that your competitors are running. Look at 5 to 10 different competitors and take notes of what ads they're running. Are they running lots of images? Are they running lots of videos? What types of videos are they running? Is it UGC? Is it like a highly professional shot video? But take notes, like what ads are they running? If 8 of 10 competitors, for example, are mainly running image ads, it could be you have a great starting point. You should start with videos probably. If a lot of the competitors are running like UGC videos, you know where to start with that as well. So that's pretty the basic explanation of how to get a great creative. Look at what kind of pain points they're focusing on. What benefits are they focusing on? What kind of B-roll footage they're using? What kind of intro sequence are they using? What kind of hook are they using? All that kind of stuff, and just copy it at the start. Copying is never going, it's never going to get you to like spending 5, 6, 7K plus per day, because you need to like re-innovate and like iterate and like have more processes behind your creatives. But if you're just starting out, if you want to make your first sale, if you kind of want to evaluate your product idea, just copy what your competitors are doing. And by copy, I don't mean copy it one by one, but I mean, what B-roll footage are they using? Create your same B-roll footage, which is like that. If they are having a shot where somebody's applying cream on their skin, make a B-roll sequence where you are applying your cream on your skin. Boom, it's as simple as that. And then run the ads. And this is how easy you succeed with your Facebook ads. If your first test is not successful, go to the next. And then look at what other types of ads your competitors are running. They usually, probably they're running images, videos, like they have a benefit 1, benefit 2, benefit 3. Start at benefit 1, and then go to benefit 2, benefit 3, and test out of these. And if you have great margins, if you have a lean campaign account set up on Facebook ads, if you just, first of all, at the beginning, at the very least, copy what your competitors are doing, then that's how you're going to succeed with Facebook ads at the start. And then if you spend, if you come to the levels of spending 500 per day, up to 1,000 per day, then it's kind of, time to innovate that process. Your numbers are going to stay the same, your campaign setup is going to stay the same. The only thing that's different at the larger scales is essentially the creative output that you're getting. A reliable, consistent source of creatives. A great testing process. Iterating. Really diving deep into creatives. And yeah, if you want that, if you're at that stage, if you're spending more than 1,000 per day, maybe you're stuck. You can't get past like 1,000, past 2,000, past 3,000. You're hitting like a benchmark, like a bottleneck all the time of like where your ROAS goes down all of a sudden. That's what we are here for. We create ads that spend $100,000 or more profitably on Facebook ads. So if you're interested in that, if you need your next great winning creative, then book a call, first link in the description. And I hope that this video was of value to you. All of the stuff that I put out on this channel is going to be free. Don't want to sell a course, don't want to sell anything. I want to help brands succeed. And if you need our services, great. If you don't, fantastic. I hope I could help you. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Bye.